इधर
जग में और गिलास।
हाँ तो वो दे, तो बोला ना आपको, वो तो बोला मैंने आपको देने के लिए, मतलब क्या। चलो दूर रखो, गिरना नहीं चाहिए पानी इधर। क्या दिख रहा है उसमें से? दो गीता की किताब है, एक किताब गीता की है और एक राधा कृपा कटाक्ष। पढ़ डालता हूँ जरा। प्रभुपाद जी कहाँ है? ये ना, ये
दाढ़ी बंद कर देते हैं।
हाँ करो, बंद करो। एक मिनट, हाँ थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट करता हूँ। ठीक है, सीन बढ़िया। ये है ना, इसको थोड़ा सा ऐसे करना चाहिए। अच्छी महारानी की जय हो। ठीक, गुड। वी वो भी मिनिमाइज करना पड़ेगा। ये कल का है रिकॉर्डिंग, बहुत बढ़िया हो गया पूरा। है आपको? ये ऑडियो है शायद, ये वीडियो है। आवाज भी क्लियर है, पिक्चर भी क्लियर है। आगे जाएंगे तो अच्छा है ना। रिकॉर्डिंग है कल का, भाई आज का भी रिकॉर्डिंग होगा। भी आज का क्या है, यात्रा किधर गया? हाँ, ये गोवर्धन परिक्रमा। मुस्कुराहट कवर कर लिया मैंने क्या? आपको सुनना है, सुन सकते हैं। इंग्लिश में होगा लेकिन प्रॉब्लम नहीं क्या इसमें? नहीं, प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता। मेरे कल का चलो और भी एक चीज़ है, उसको मैं कैंसिल करता हूँ पहले, उसके बाद में ये नहीं कर सकते, ऐसा कर सकते, ये होने के बाद में क्या दिखाना है वीडियो में, वो भी तय करना है ना आज। गड़बड़ है इसके अंदर। VGS वीडियोस, बरसाना वीडियोस, बरसाना लैंड, ये दो चीज़ है ना, ये इधर आना चाहिए। टुडेज वीडियोस इसमें आना चाहिए। क्या 27 रोड का हो गया, और इसमें क्या है दिखाना चाहिए जरा। नहीं ठीक है, चलो टुडेज वीडियोस में ये वीडियो बाहर निकाल लेता हूँ, अच्छा रहेगा, ढूंढने के लिए तकलीफ नहीं कर, सबके ऊपर आएगा। हो गया ना? बस रेडी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। प्रॉब्लम होता है हमेशा, है ना? प्रार्थना करता हूँ, इसको कैंसिल करना, बाद में दिखाता हूँ। देखते ही तो है, नहीं ऐसा लग रहा है, ये था ना इसके अंदर, नहीं यात्रा में वृंदावन में नहीं आए थे आप?
इस बार का
हॉस्पिटल का यात्रा हुआ था ना?
हाँ उसमें
था उसमें।
हाँ
पढ़ते हैं जरा, अधिक मास है ना। ऊर्ध्वमूलम् अधशाखम् अश्वत्थं प्रावुरव्ययम् छंदांसि यस्य पर्णानि। बीच में आके जाने का 4:30 से 6:30 बजे तक, क्योंकि मैं हर बार बेल नहीं बजा सकता, मुश्किल है मेरे लिए।
कुछ रहेंगे तो कैसे बताएंगे
आपको? मैं बेल बजाऊंगा, मैं मतलब तकलीफ हो तो बेल बजाऊंगा, लेकिन वैसे जाके कैसे दिखेगा इसके अंदर? देख ऐसा है, बजाना पड़ता है मुझे बीच में। ऊर्ध्वमूलं मदशाखम् अश्वत्थं प्राहुरव्ययम् अधश्चोद्धर्वं वस्तुता तस्य शाखा वनप्रवृद्धा विषयप्रवाला अधश्च मूलान्यसो संततानि। ईश्वरी हरि बोल। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, श्री यमुना मैया की जय, श्री गिरिकोधन गिरिराज गोवर्धन की जय, श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय, श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय, श्री वृंदा देवी की जय, उज्जवल सुबल सखास की जय, श्री ललिता विशाखा देवी की जय, श्री लाडली लाल की जय, श्री कृष्ण बलराम नंद यशोदा की जय, नंदगांव बरसाना धाम की जय। जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। So welcome all of you. The very fine morning at Atlanta. So we will start our parikrama with where we left yesterday. Is it everything visible to you?
Yes, Prabhuji, very clear.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
Can you read what is there?
Approach Surabhi Kund.
Very good. So what we did yesterday, we started at Manasi Ganga and we went all the way Govind Kund, Sankarshan Kund, Govind Kund, then we went to Apsara Kund, Naval Kund, we went to Puchrika, Lauta Baba, we turned around and we went to Surabhi Kund. And this is the approach road to Surabhi Kund. This is just a recap for you, just to warm up. And I hope you remember that this is a place for asking for forgiveness. We beg our forgiveness here for all the known and unknown offenses that we have performed. So let us again recap our mood of humility, of austerity, of simplicity and surrendered, and in the mood of worshipping Govardhan Parvat for his lotus feet, that is Parikrama. So we offer our pranams to Surabhi Kund and we go ahead. This is the pathway, and then we come to Rudrakunda. This Rudrakunda is in Jatipura. Jatipura is a place where Madhavendra Puri, who was called as Yati, yani Sannyasi, he resided there, he performed his bhajan over there, and afterwards Vallabhacharya and his two sons, Gokulnath, Vittalnath, they also resided here. Pushtimarga quite nicely settled over here. So this Rudrakunda is not on the Parikrama path. We have to go a little off track on left side and enter into many lanes and then come across this beautiful Kunda. Again, my good friend Mr. Vinit Narayan, the founder of Braj Foundation, has renovated this beautiful place. And there are many stories. One small story is that Radharani cried here for Krishna in separation. So this is called as Rudrakunda because she did Rudan, that she cried and shed tears of love, of separation for Sri Krishna. And another important story of this place is a very, very, very enchanting story, very enlivening story. It shows the unlimited eagerness that Lord Shiva has for Krishna. So Lord Shiva was in Kailash and he was getting ready to go to earth. So Mother Parvati came to meet him. Suddenly she saw her husband getting ready. Her husband getting ready to go somewhere. So she was wondering, Swami, where are you going? You're not informing me. Where are you going? So he said, I'm going to earth. And there is now Indra going to pour rain. There is going to be Govardhan Puja. There is going to be Chappan Bhog Annakuta. So all that information he had by divine realization. So he said there will be Govardhan Puja, there will be Govardhan Parikrama, there will be Indra pouring rains, there will be Krishna lifting mountain, there will be all wonderful pastimes. I am just going. So she said, don't you think you should take me also with you? I said, yes, yes, please come. And when they both started leaving Kailash, all the Bhuta, Preta, Gana, they also came. Swami, Nath, we also want to come with you. So I said, okay, let's go all. So everybody traveled from Kailash all the way down to Govardhan, and they came to this place. You know, there were so many vehicles they had. They had some donkeys and they had some very funny live vehicles. And they sat, they sat in front and also facing behind. Suppose you have a scooter in Mumbai, you see, sometimes there are three people riding on the scooter, and one person is facing behind and two are facing in front. Like that, very, funnily they travel. So like that, all these Bhut Preta Ganas, they were traveling on their funny vehicles, but some of them were sitting other way around, so that they thought, if we get late and the Leela starts, then we will keep watching and we'll keep traveling. We'll keep watching and we'll keep traveling. So it's like sometimes you go to drama late, so you are running and you are somehow catching up. So like that, the whole beautiful Leela, the whole drama performance was going to be starting very soon. So all of them hurried and they came to this place. Now, what is the unique situation of this place? This place is a perfect site from where they could see Govardhan Puja, they could see Annakuta offerings, they could see the whole Parikrama taking place, they could see Indra's rains, they could see the lifting of Govardhan for 7 days, 7 nights. Everything was like, it's like a box office, The perfect location, perfect seat, the hot seat that Lord Shiva took, Parvati took, and they came when Krishna was discussing about why Govardhan, why Indra Puja, why not Govardhan Puja, all that discussion took place. From that time, Lord Shiva already was located here. And from distance, very peacefully as a Maha Vaishnava, he was watching all these things. So it is said that the whole Bhuta, Preta, Gana, everybody sat here, and they from here witnessed the whole pastime from beginning to end, including the Abhishek done by Indra, including the Rudrakunda formation, everything they saw from here. So this is a very beautiful place, and you can see these are very, very beautiful Kadamba trees. Amazing structure, amazing the trunks, amazing direction of moving trunks, amazing leaves. And we will never see such trees in Mumbai area or any area, even if you plant those trees in these areas. Braj Bhumi has a special flavor. So please, what I request you is, please get in the pond, please take your bath, do your achman. This is a very rare kund. Generally in the routine parikrama, we don't go here. You have to take some time off and go off track and come. So take your achman, pray to Lord Shiva, and beg for the eagerness that he has to serve Krishna, to witness Krishna's pastimes, participate in Krishna's pastimes. Extremely wonderful place. And also, we pray to the Lord that we also should be able to witness your pastimes in our mind, like Narottam Das Thakur says, Sadai is Purukha Mora Mani. All your beautiful loving pastimes, let us always witness in our heart. And do not forget to go forward, embrace these trees, offer your heartfelt prayers, that whatever desires you have in service to Krishna, please offer your prayers. Bow down to the trees, embrace them, and let's go ahead now. Now we come to Jatipura inside. In the film, I will show you the whole building of Jatipura, but in photograph, we have this Mukharavinda Shila. This Mukharavinda Shila is authorized by Vallabhacharya. And just opposite this place, you can see the two protrusions which are coming out of the stone on higher level. Below there is a big Shila. Upper there is a garland woven to the protrusion, right? That they worship as Krishna, and then Radharani also. They put cloth and do shringar, offer flowers, and when they want to do Abhishek, continuously, whole day the Abhishek is going on. Continuously. And offering sweetmeats. And just opposite this, exactly opposite this, there's a tree. The tree on which Srinathji would climb up and down and play. See, I must tell you something about Srinathji. why Srinathji appeared? Because Lord Krishna did not have fulfillment of his desires of Sakhya Leela. His friendship pastimes with the cowherd boys and the cows, he had not fulfilled his heartfelt desires. So to continue his Sakhya Leela, he came as Srinathji. So Srinathji is mainly Sakhya Leela, Friendship Leela and Gaucharan Leela. And 8 great souls came down. They were not Ashtasakha of Krishna in Krishna Leela, but they were Surdas, Chitaswami, Paramananda, Govinda Swami. There were 8 of them, and 4 of them were disciples of Vitthal Nathji, and 4 of them were disciples of Gokul Nathji. And Gokul Nathji and Vitthal Nathji were sons of Vallabhacharya. And Vallabhacharya was instructed by Lord Panduranga in Pandarpur to get married. So after we got married and got 2 sons, they were both realized souls, and the great 8 people were their disciples. They are called as Ashtachap in Vrindavan. And Surdas was the topmost of all those 8. He was given title as Sagar. So they would call him Sur Sagar. He had ocean-like qualities. So that Srinathji Maharaj, as a baby, he would perform pastimes as a deity and also as Pratyaksha. He would come out as a boy and play with these 8 people and have very, very funny pastimes. So Srinathji would go and steal. That means Srinathji actually appeared only 400-500 years back, just before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So maybe 500 plus years. So just now only, Sri Krishna came 5,400 years back, 5,249 years back. Anyways, so Srinathji was almost in Kali Yuga fully. So he would come and climb up and down. He also would steal the butter from gopis' houses, the gopis of the current times. Old ladies, young ladies, they would actually churn butter and pray that, oh Krishna, please come to my house and steal my butter. Krishna has come 5,000 years back, but they would still be in the bhav. So Srinathji would go in the night, go in the daytime and enter from the roof and break their matkas and eat butter and everything. This reminds me of a small story. I'll tell you one small story. One of the Ashtachap was Kumban Das. And Kumban Das happened to be an old man. He was an old man. And Srinathji was a boy, a 7-year-old boy. So Srinathji came to him one night, middle of the night. He said, Kumbana, get up, let us go and steal butter. That old gopi at Jatipura is calling me always when in the morning she is churning butter, churning the yogurt and creating butter. Oh Krishna, please come to my house and steal my butter. So today I must go and fulfill her desire. But he said, I am a young old man. You are a young boy. What happens is you run away. I get beaten up. So I get beaten up and you run away. No, I'll take care of you. Don't worry, I'll take care of you. So he forced Srinathji, he forced Kumbana and took him in the middle of the night. And you know, he climbed with him the roof of the gopi's house. He put up the tiles up, made a hole, and both of them jumped down. Now, Kumbana is sitting on the ground and watching, and Srinathji is hanging on the pot by one hand and by left hand, and by right hand he is taking butter and eating. Right hand is taking butter and eating. Now Kumbana is watching, Kumban Dasji, that beautiful scene of Krishna, baby Krishna, hanging by one hand and eating butter by other hand. And suddenly, the back part of his dhoti, which we tuck generally, all men tuck behind, that was loosening. And it was loosening and loosening, and it was about to fall down. And Sri Krishna, Srinathji realized that my dhoti is getting loosened and it will fall down. But he didn't want to interrupt his continuous activity of eating butter. So what to do? Dhoti is loosening. And suddenly Kumbana saw 2 little arms came from backside of the shoulder. They went behind. They picked up the loosening dhoti, tucked it again and disappeared in the shoulder of Krishna. And Kumbana was in ecstasy. She started clapping, Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. She started clapping. With the sound of that clapping, the gopi woke up. And the gopi came. Who is that? He came with the stick. And immediately Krishna jumped from the hole of the roof and went out. And poor Kumbana was caught. And poor Kumbana was beaten by that old lady. And Kumbana is shouting, I told you, Srinathji, I told you, Gopal, I'll be beaten, you'll run away. And Srinathji was clapping his hand from the rooftop, unseen by the old gopi. So, after that, Kumbana went home and his wife very mysteriously became pregnant. His wife became pregnant and he gave birth to a baby boy. She gave birth to a baby boy, and that baby boy was named as Chaturbhuj Das. So both Kumbhandas ji and Chaturbhuj Das ji are part of that eight sakhas of Krishna. So Krishna, as Srinath ji, also performed many pastimes with Chaturbhuj Das also. I must tell you one of the pastimes of Chaturbhuj Das. As much as Kumbhana was dear as old man, the young boy Chaturbhuj also was very dear to Srinath ji. And he would sometimes play with him coming out of DT form, and sometimes have Leela with DT form only. He would also speak to Gokulnath ji, Vitalnath ji. It was a very lively pastimes as DT and as Pratyaksha. So Chaturbhuj Das was a small boy, and Srinath ji would come out of the DT form, and what he would do, he would not be seen by anybody. Only Chaturbhuj Das would see him. And then what happened one day, he came to temple, Chaturbhuj Das, and Srinath ji said, please become a horse. Today I have a desire to do horse riding. So he said, okay. So he became a horse, and invisible Srinath ji to everybody, he rode on the horse. And then he took a stick in the hand and he hat, and he started riding on the horse. And then take right, take left. So whole temple courtyard, Chaturbhuj Das was roaming around. And then after a long time of horse ride, Chaturbhuj Das baby boy, he had his bladder full. So he wanted to pass. So he said, oh Gopal, I want to take a break. I want to pass water. He said, you have become a horse, so act like a horse. Why you have to take a break? What the horses do? They don't stop. They keep doing their business while they are walking and giving ride to their masters. Then what to do? He could not control. So he started passing urine. And while passing urine, he was going around the temple. And the pujaris already knew this boy is a crazy boy. He's doing only funny things. He keeps talking to himself and becoming horse and all those things. Everybody was watching. But they had fun. This is a small boy having fun. But this was too much for them. In the temple courtyard, Garbha, inside the Jagan Mohan Mandap, he was passing urine and he was going all around and laughing, and Krishna was laughing. Even Chaturbhuj Das was laughing. So that time, the pujari came with a stick and started beating him. And then Srinath ji got off the horse and he was invisible. So he was talking. Chaturbhuj Das telling, oh Gopal, I told you, I have to pass urine. Now see, he's beating me because I passed urine on the temple room. So Srinath says, very good. But this time the pujaris were very angry. They called Kumbhan Das and told, your son is crazy. Till now we knew he is crazy, but he has become too much crazy and troublesome to us. So we ban him from today. He cannot come to temple. So then Kumbhan Das took his son away. They just chastised him and sent the son away with Kumbhan Das. At night, when Gokulnath and Vitalnath ji were putting the Lord to Shayan, at that time Lord spoke to Vitalnath ji. Why you chastise my friend? He's my great friend. I was playing with him. It was because of me he passed urine. I don't like you chastising him and abandoning him from coming to temple. Please bring him. I want to play with him. So Vitalnath ji immediately told his followers, please go and get Chaturbhuj. He is very good friend of Srinath ji Maharaj. And that continued. And many such pastimes Srinath ji did with all his friends. So that place is just opposite this. The Gopi's house also is close by. The tree from which he climbed and jumped is exactly opposite this. And there's one big room there. That is called as the original Chappan Bhog Pakashala. Dudh Shala and Pakwan Shala and Sabji Shala. There are many sections in that. And it is said that from that place only, whatever is cooked there is the authentic Chappan Bhog Annakut Mahaprasad. Rest all they will take, but they will not accept it as an authentic Chappan Bhoga. So they make very big, huge pieces of mohan thal and laddus and all sweetmeats and all other preparations. And there are very specific people who cook the Chappan Bhoga and they offer that to right in front of this Mukharvinda. So we proceed from here, little bit few distance, and then exactly above this Mukharvinda is Gopalji Mandir. Exactly above. The white mandir I showed you yesterday is exactly above this. So what they do is, even Brijvasis have great respect for Govardhan and they just don't want to climb like a fun. So what they do, you go ahead from this place, go ahead keeping Govardhan on right, then you come across this place. This is called Dandavati Shila. Please have a close watch. look at it properly. This Dandoti Shila, they will do 7 times Parikrama and offer pranams, and then they will get authorized to climb up. We also now will do 7 Parikramas of this Shila, and it is said if you do 7 Parikramas of this Shila, you get the benefit of doing the whole Govardhan Parikrama. So let us start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hari Bol, offer your pranams. Touch the Shila, as I told you. It is explained in Govardhan Mahatmya. Just by touching Govardhan, one gets freed from all the sinful reactions of all past lives, and one gets the blessing of love of Godhead for Krishna by touching. So please touch, offer your pranams, and we will go ahead now. This is the old picture. This is the new picture. Exactly opposite this is another deity of Gopalji. You can see. Very beautiful deity. This deity is accompanied by, on the deity's right side is Vallabhacharya. On the deity's left side is Yamuna Mai. Yamuna Mai is a very beautiful, most important personality in Pushti Margi. So Vallabhacharya ji, Srinathji Maharaj and Yamuna ji Darshan. Please offer your pranams. This is a very good combination of Yamuna, Srinathji and Vallabhacharya. Devotee, Yamuna ji and Sri Krishna Parvat. So now we come to main road, and on the main road there is a Vilchu Kund. Very beautiful Kund, but this is a little off track from the main road. Then we go ahead from there and we come across again a place which is exactly opposite Manasi Ganga. Now we began our parikrama from this side of where the photograph is taken from. From that side we began, and we have gone now opposite side, exactly opposite side, and this is called as Chakra Tirtha. Now Chakra Tirtha, Sudarshan Chakra took shelter over here. The story goes like this: when Krishna lifted the Govardhan mountain, he called Sudarshan Chakra and told him that you revolve with such speed all around Govardhan that not a single drop, which is like a musal, like a pillar, not a single drop should fall on the ground. It should be evaporated by your heat and by your seed, by your speed. So we never hear that 7 days, 7 nights when it poured, the water came up to Brijvasi's ankles, and the water rose to knees, and water rose to waist, and water rose to chest. We never hear that. They were always standing there. There was no water collection under the Govardhan. Why? Because Sudarshan Chakra constantly revolved for 7 days and 7 nights and evaporated all the water which Indra poured. In fact, all the clouds of Samvartaka, they emptied their collection and not a single drop fell on the ground. So when Krishna finally kept the mountain down, Sudarshan Chakra came and surrendered himself at the feet of the Lord, and he said, "My Lord, I got the fortunate chance to serve you in this beautiful Leela. So may I have as a memorial, as a as a moment, monument, can I reside over here? So I can remember my great fortune that I served you over here." The Lord Krishna gave him shelter. That's why it is called as Chakra Tirtha. Chakra resided over here. Now there are many more things here. This is Chakreshwar Mahadev. Lord Shiva also took shelter over here. Now this is a very unique temple where all the 5 deities of Lord Shiva are all together. You can see the central one which has more flowers, that is Chakreshwar Mahadev. Local language we say Chakleshwar Mahadev. And all the 4 sides are Bhuteshwar, Gopeshwar, Kameshwar and Nandishwar. All these 4 are on 4 sides. And in between you see Chakreshwar Mahadev. Lord Shiva resides here, is a protector of whole the Govardhan area. And exactly opposite this place is Sanatan Goswami Maharaj's Bhajan Kutir. Sanatan Goswami Maharaj, when his temple was under construction, he gave Radha Madan Mohanji's deity, whom he was worshipping, to his disciple Sri Krishnadas Brahmachari. And then he came down and stayed at Govardhan. Sometime he stayed in Nandagaon also at the banks of Pavan Sarovar. His Bhajan Kutir is there. But here he spent maximum time, and he actually became so dear to all Brijvasis. He became Guru of all the Brijvasis, father of all Brijvasis, and they loved him like anything, as their own family member. Although he was a most renounced person, but still he would inquire, are your daughters getting married? Is there was a good crop this year? Was there enough rain this year? All worldly things he will talk as a family member. So very, very beautiful thing. And he would perform his bhajan over here. And as I told you, every single day he would do 40 kilometers Dirgha Parikrama of Govardhan. Every single day till the age of 70 years. So one time what happened, he stayed here and he was also writing books here, doing bhajan over here at the banks of Manasi Ganga, Chakreshwar Mahadev. But there were too many mosquitoes and he got really disturbed by mosquitoes. He could not do his bhajan or couldn't do anything. So he decided enough is enough. I will leave this place now. I cannot stay in this place anymore. So he packed up his things and he started moving. Lord Shiva, who was residing just opposite him and always enjoying his company, was not happy because his dearmost friend and associate Sanatan Goswami is leaving. So he took a form of a Brahmin boy and he followed Sanatan Goswami. He said, Maharaji, why are you going? He said, Beta, I am very much tired here. I cannot manage now anymore because it's too much of mosquitoes and difficult to manage for me, difficult to manage. So at that time, that Brahmin boy said, Swamiji, please give me one day. I will try to do something. Can you please accept my request and stay for one night more? And if you feel you have to go, then you can go. It's up to you. So by the sweet request of this boy, Sanatan Goswami decided to stay back. And that night he stayed back. And what Shiva must have done? Shiva went to Swargaloka that day, met the demigod in charge of all the insects. And as Mahadev instructed that demigod, please see that all the mosquitoes, all the insects should run away from this place. I want this whole place of Chakreshwar, Chakra Tirtha is completely free from all insects and mosquitoes. So, by the power of Lord Shiva and the order of the demigod controlling insects, all the mosquitoes and all the insects left this place. And Sanatana Goswami was surprised how this miracle happened. We didn't understand. But to continue with the association with Sanatana Goswami, Lord Shiva did this miracle. So let us all bow down to Chakreshwar Mahadev and beg for him the eagerness to associate with devotees, to be attached to the association of devotees, because the foremost and the ultimate benefit of human life is satsang of devotees. What is the most important protection from falling down in Maya is the association of devotees. This is the base of our spiritual life as a human being. So then, Sanatana Goswami also achieved the Govardhan Shila at this place. He was walking. He was 70-year-old, slowly walking. And one day, Sri Krishna as a baby boy came running behind. Baba, you're so old. It's enough now. You have done so many parikramas. Please don't go anymore. You are old. You are perfected soul. But Baba was walking. Boy also was walking and talking to him. And Baba did not budge. Baba continued. So then Krishna disappeared as a small boy, went on the mountain Govardhan, took out his flute, played the flute. And you know, one of the effects of flute, that the stone melts. The stone started melting as Krishna played the flute. This is at the time of Sanatana Goswami. Not I'm talking about Krishna's times. At the time of when Sanatana Goswami was living there, around 450 years old before. So as soon as Krishna played the flute, a cow came running and she also stood on the melting stone. And Krishna had the stick to herd the cows. That also went inside the melting stone. His flute also. I mean, the whole stone had one full footprint, one half footprint, because he was standing in Tribhanga position. Then the cow footprint and the Lakuti footprint, everything came. Krishna stopped playing the flute. The stone stopped melting and there was a huge footprints created in that stone. Krishna as a baby boy lifted that stone, again took the form of a baby boy and started following up and met with walking Sanatana Goswami. And he said, Swamiji, Baba, please take this Shila. Please take this Shila. And you know, amazingly, Sanatana Goswami took that Shila and did the whole Govardhan Parikrama. And then he came home. It was a very beautiful Shila and kept at home and he slept. At that night, that same boy came in the dream of Sanatana Goswami. He said, I am Gopal. I am Sri Krishna myself. I myself met you in the morning. I instruct you. You don't do any more long parikrama. You please do only 4 parikramas of this stone, and you will get the full benefit of doing Govardhan Parikrama. So now being fully understood, now understanding the desire of Krishna and the order of Krishna, then that day onwards, Sanatana Goswami stopped doing Govardhan Parikrama, and inside this hut only, he would do 4 parikramas of that big Shila and remain doing bhajan here. On the day of Guru Purnima, every year, he would take all the Goswamis, all the Brajvasis, everybody on Govardhan Parikrama. And on that particular day of Govardhan Parikrama, Guru Purnima, they all came to start the Parikrama, but Swamiji was in meditation. So they thought maybe after some time he'll come out of meditation and we'll start as usual. Long time they waited. Swamiji did not move. So one of them dared to go inside and he touched him and his body just fell down. So they understood that Sanatan Goswami has left this world. So that day, they took the body of Sanatan Goswami on shoulder and they did the whole parikrama of Govardhan. And then got the dead body to Vrindavan and gave Samadhi under the Madan Mohan temple. And then after that, because Jiva Goswami that time the in charge of Gaudiya Vaishnavas, so as a legacy property, the Shila came to Jiva Goswami, and the Shila is now in Radha Damodar temple, which Jiva Goswami owns, and Jiva Goswami worshipped his own deity. So as a legacy, the Dharohar, the Shila of Goswami ji came to Jiva Goswami. So let us offer our humble obeisances to Sanatan Goswami. He is the Sambandha Acharya. His deities are Madan Mohanji. They give us the Sambandha of the lotus feet of the Lord, and they also help us to get detached from the material attractions and attachments. Jayatam Suratau Pangor Mama Mandamatirgati Matsarvasva Madambojau Radha Madana Mohanau. So because of the mercy of Sanatan Goswami, one gets detachment from the world and one gets attachment to the lotus feet of Radha Madan Mohanji. So he is our Sambandha Acharya. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed with him in Varanasi for 2 months, educating him on the science of Sambandha, and that he put down in his granthas, all his literature. They preach about the Sambandha Jnana. So we move from this place and we come on the main road. Please have a very good darshan of this place. Very, very beautiful place. Nice, clean parikrama path filled with divine Kalpavruksha trees. So please come closer and take darshan of the tree, embrace the tree, offer your prayers. And now we come a little bit off the track and we go to Sakhisthali Kunda. Now this place is again off the track. You have to go left about 1 kilometer inside one village. That is called Sakhisthali. Now this Sakhisthali is village of Chandravali Sakhi. Chandravali Sakhi was married to Govardhan Malla, and both of them resided over here. And this is Sakhisthali is the Chandravali Sakhi's Kunda. Chandravali Sakhi is right wing Gopi, and she is the divine rival of Radharani. And there is always a divine competition without envy to increase love of Krishna for both the parties. And Krishna also very cleverly meets each parties in a very strategic way to increase their anxiety and eagerness to meet Krishna. So this is a beautiful place where Chandravali lived after wedding, and she used to perform pastimes in this Sakhisthali. Let us offer our humble obeisances to Chandravali Sakhi, beg for her unique service that she does, and very inconceivable service that she does. Somehow she acts in such a way that can increase the love between Radha and Krishna. It looks like a jealousy, kind of competitive spirit, but it is solely meant for increasing the love of Radha and Krishna. And she is supposed to be and known to be the expansion of Radha only. Radharani expanded himself into Chandravali. So after we take Achman, take bath and pray, we come out on the main road again. Again we come on the main road. And look at this tree. As I told you before also at Chandra Sarovar, the way this tree, Pilu tree grows, first of all, it makes an umbrella, very beautiful shadow. And all the branches grow, to the ground. And very unusually bent they grew. So we again go to this tree, Pilu tree, very dear to Radharani. Go and embrace the tree, offer our prayers, offer our love, and go ahead. And then we come across a very intense place. It may not look so beautiful to your mortal eyes, but it's a very intense place. And just see behind, at the distance, there's a dome, and that dome is Kusum Sarovar. So the Kusum Sarovar is the opposite side of the road of Parikrama, and we have taken U-turn and come on this side of the road. So they are exactly opposite. In between there is a Govardhan mountain, but very low level, and one side Radha Kunda, opposite side Kusum Sarovar. Now this is the place where Uddhavji performed his tapasya. I will tell the full story to you, maybe half story here, half story at Kusum Sarovar. So Uddhavji came to give message of Krishna to Gopis and Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. He met all of them, and after meeting a mother, father and coward boys, he met Gopis at the place called Uddhav Kyari in Nandagaon. And there the Gopis in private secluded area opened their hearts to Uddhava and told everything that they had to tell about Krishna to him. Their memories, their bhav, some of them were laughing, some of them were smiling, some of them were crying, some of them were falling unconscious, some of them were rolling on the dust, some of them were again jumping and laughing. So various kinds of emotion in separation they were exhibiting. And looking at their exhibition of bhav, Uddhav was completely overwhelmed. All his knowledge, all his expertise, all his yoga, everything failed here. So he understood that when they tell about Krishna, they get a little bit pacified themselves. So he stopped talking and he also only let them talk. So 6 months Uddhavji stayed in Vrindavan, and there was one yatri called Uddhava, and there were millions of gopis as dham darshaks, as pravachankar, and they were all telling the stories to Uddhava, what happened here, what did they see from their angle, and one pastime would be told by all the gopis from their angles, and many pastimes from many angles, all the gopis narrated, and they took him to each and every corner of Vrindavan Dham as a whole and showed them each and every place where they perform pastimes with Krishna. After 6 months, Radharani only told Uddhava, Uddhava, it's long time now, your dear friend must be missing you. Please go back and give him happiness, otherwise he will cry in your separation. Little bit sarcastically she spoke to Uddhav, and then Uddhav took their leave, went back to Dwarka, gave message to Krishna and again left. So Krishna asked, where are you going? So he said, I am going back to Vrindavan Dham to perform austerities, to become the blade of grass, so that I can achieve the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis. Because when I heard and spent time with them, I could understand that I need the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis, because only by that I will get the dint of love that they have. And they would not give me their dust of lotus feet, because I am a kingly man, I am the close friend of Krishna, I have a position, I have an authority, I have an influence. So looking at my position, they will be hesitant or embarrassed to give me the dust. So the only way I saw while walking with them, they would not hesitate walking over the blades of grass. And the blades of grass would easily get the dust from the lotus feet of the gopis. So the only way, without embarrassing, if I want to get that dust, I must do tapasya, I must do austerities, and I must become the blade of grass. And then one day they will walk upon me, and very easily I will get the lotus feet, dust of lotus feet, and I will get some glimpse, some one drop of the love that they have for Krishna. So Uddhavji was very close to Krishna. I think closest of all devotees. So much closeness, proximity, nobody had. He was the disciple of Brihaspati, and all the knowledge in the whole universe, best of knowledge, he was trained by Brihaspati. He was cousin of Krishna. He had bodily features as Krishna. He had color of Krishna. He was minister of Krishna. He was friend of Krishna. He would sit, eat, dine, hunt, everything with Krishna. He would joke with Krishna. He'll go to garden with Krishna. He'll play with Krishna. Every single activity one can desire as the closest friend of Krishna. He was doing everything. He was a great Sakha of Krishna also. That means from all the points of view, he had attained the highest position, and nothing more could have been appreciated. But when he went and met gopis, he understood that there is something higher than that also. By staying far away, these gopis are so close to Krishna. So that's why he gave up his close position with Krishna. He came far to Krishna by body, performed tapasya. For what? to becoming a blade of grass. No one does austerities to become lower than what they are. Everyone does tapasya to become higher than what they are. But there are only two personalities. One is Brahma and one is Uddhava. From highest position, they did austerity to become most insignificant person or thing. So he became insignificant blades of grass. That is called as Gulbalata. So this is the place why I told you story. This is an intense place because that particular Viparita Dhyana, that means the Dhyan which made him go to the lowest position of blade of grass from the highest position. That kind of tapasya is performed in this place. So very difficult to even imagine such kind of tapasya. But anyway, please bow down to Uddhav over here. Beg to Uddhav that for serving Krishna, for pleasing Krishna, oh my Lord, I want to take any insignificant position. May there be no respect, may there be no position, no influence, no aura. But let me always be serving you. Let me get the dust of the lotus feet of gopis to get a dint of love that gopis have. Offer your prayers and please go ahead. This is again Uddhav Kund from different angle. This is Uddhav Bihari ji. Radha Uddhav Bihari ji, deity over here. And offering our pranams and prayers, we move with, now we are going to enter Radha Kunda area. In Brijvasi language, it is called as Radha Kunda Ghera. And now we have to absolutely keep silence. At your homes, you are now entering Radha Kunda area. Absolute silence, only holy name, only remembrance of Radharani and her hearing her pastimes and nothing else. Full concentration because this is the area where maximum showers of love and mercy of Radharani is going to be bestowed upon us. So we should be alert, attentive and focused in our consciousness. Gather yourself completely, forget where you are, who you are, where you are, and now get ready to get soaked in the loving mercy of Radharani. We come across in the area of Radha Kunda Ghera a place called Shivakova Pushkarini. This is the place where Lord Shiva performs his bhajan in Radha Kunda area. And this is the place where that Lomdi, that she jackal was harassed by the Brijvasi boys and they burnt and they put him in the hole. Radharani heard the cries of the she jackal. She sent Lalita. Lalita came with friends over here, released the jackal, took that crying jackal to Radharani. Radharani saw the jackal and immediately accepted that low-born creature as her Sakhi into her entourage. So Gurudev always says, Sansara dava, naladile loka, tranaya karunya ghana ghanatum. We all are burning like that she jackal was burning, feeling the burning of the material world. But we cry out and call the name of Radharani and Krishna, then they will hear our cry and call us and take us immediately into their shelter. So with this pastime, Radharani exhibited what kind of mercy she can give. From the most wretched position to the highest position in the close entourage of Radharani can be achieved in Radharani's Ghera. So offering our prayers in most humble situation, remembering the situation of the Shijakul, we will pray to and beg for the mercy of Radharani and we proceed further. Then we come little ahead and again we have to take a small detour. On the left side, go to a place called Malyahari Kund. This Malyahari Kund is a place where Krishna actually grew pearls. There's one more place called Moti Kund in Nandagaon and another place is this place where he grew the pearls and gopis first refused to give pearls to him. So Krishna was first begging to gopis to give pearls. They refused. They said, our pearls are very costly. You don't deserve such costly pearls. 1 minute. Huh?
दूध पितात प्रभुजी मध्ये मध्ये.
So because the gopis refused, Krishna pearls from his mother and father and grew pearls here which were more and more gorgeous than gopis' pearls. Then Krishna what is happening? Then Krishna put the pearls to monkeys, cows, animals, peacocks, everybody. And the gopis kept on begging, Krishna did not give them. Then finally, there was a long story. Raghunath Das Goswami written a book called Mukta Charita. In that, the whole discussion, argument, and Krishna's harassing gopis, and finally the gopis surrendered. And then Krishna made big boxes of jewels, the pearls, with names Radharani, Lalita, Vishakha, Champaklata, and sent all the boxes very ceremoniously as gift to all the gopis. So Malihari Kund is this Kund. At the banks of this place, Krishna cultivated farming into the pearls, and this is the place where he gave the pearls gift finally to gopis. So what do we pray here? That as long as pride is there, Krishna will not be kind upon us. When we give up our pride and surrender to Krishna, then all the Krishna's mercy is with us. So this place is very beautiful place. So we offer our pranams to Kachman and we go ahead now. Now we are actually entering Radha Kunda area. This temple is established by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Radha Kunja Bihari temple. And you see the people are coming out, there's an entrance inside. You take darshan of Radha Kunja Bihari and you come out, and now you enter further and we come to Radha Kund. Only Radha Kund Dham ki Jai Ho. Now Radha Kund, I will advise you to have one full day of minimum 4 hours. Then only we can do some justice of the stories of Radha Kund. But in this full Govardhan Parikrama, we cannot do justice to Radha Kund, because Radha Kund is a place of hundreds of holy places in and around Radha Kund. How to tell all the glories of Radha Kund in 15 minutes or 20 minutes? It's impossible. But still, we'll touch upon the glories of Radha Kund. You can see it's a very rare picture where the Radha Kund and Sham Kund both are flooded and they are united from top also. They are uniting from below also, but they are uniting from top also during the floods. So you can see further picture also. You can see this picture also. Just give me a minute. Huh? So this is Radha Krishna Yugal Milan Stali, where Radha Kund, Sham Kund, they meet together. This is actually the meeting place, Radha Kund and Sham Kund. There is a temple of Govardhan Shilas, where the men are sitting there. And Sham Kund is opposite and Radha Kund is on this side. Again, from top view, you can see the Radha Kund, Sham Kund Milan. They are joined together. Hare Krishna. This is a place where Mother Janava, who is the wife of Nityanand Prabhu, came to meet Raghunath Das Goswami. She stayed here. This is her private bhajan kutir, and there's also a private ghat where she would take bath. And this is her bhajan kuti, old. This is a new bhajan kuti, renovated. This is where she stayed, and she attended Raghunath Das Goswami's lectures on Chaitanya Charitamrita. Of course, that was not known as Chaitanya Charitamrita that time, but Raghunath Das Goswami was narrating his experiences at the banks of Radha Kund. So when Janava Devi came to meet him, she attended for many days the discourses of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's memories from the lotus mouth of Raghunath Das Goswami. This area is also Radha Gopinath Mandir, the temple of Raghunath Das Goswami. And this is the deities of Radha Gopinath temple at Radha Kund. Why they are there? Because all the deities, when they moved from Vrindavan to go to Jaipur, all of them halted at Radha Kund, including Banke Bihari, including Radha Vallabh, including all the other Sampradaya deities in Vrindavan. That is why I told Radha Kund is a conglomerate of hundreds of holy places. You just cannot speak the glories in few minutes. This is the Samadhi Mandir of Raghunath Das Goswami. I must tell two pastimes to you of Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami was such a renounced person. He would take a handful of buttermilk once in 3 days. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, anybody who imitates the renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami, he will die. He will not fall down, he will die. And he was so renounced that he would do bhajan in open area, in the hottest of sun, in the coldest of winters. So one time he was doing bhajan at Radha Kund banks, and he was immersed. Tigers came to drink water. So to save Raghunath Das, Krishna appeared there with a stick in the hand and chased the tigers away. And Sanatan Goswami, he came that time and saw that Krishna is chasing tiger away for Raghunath. So he said, Raghunath, what are you doing? You are chanting Hare Krishna to serve Krishna or to put Krishna in your service? Please make your own kuti. Don't trouble Krishna. But still he didn't register that so much. In the middle of the summer, he was one time chanting at the banks of Radha Kund. You know, it becomes 50, 55 degrees centigrade, maybe 120, 125 degree Fahrenheit temperature. And the skin was burning, was so hot. But Raghunath Das was immersed in chanting Hare Krishna. And Radharani appeared and she covered Raghunath Das Goswami with her veil and put shadow to him. And she was sweating in the hot sun. There were sweat drops coming on her forehead. Such kind of love she exhibited. She was burning in heat and she was giving shadow to Raghunath Das Goswami. And again Sanatan Goswami saw. He said, Raghunath, what kind of a devotee you are? Radharani came to serve you. How can you take service from her? That time Raghunath Das Goswami built a small hut at the banks of Radha Kund and started worshipping inside. So this is the Samadhi. A very typical nature of the Samadhi is, in every Samadhi, you will find that the body of the personality is laid down. But that time when Raghunath Das Goswami left his body, the Muslim invaders were coming and they were digging out the Samadhis. They would dismantle and crush Samadhis, break open, take out the body and humiliate the body, you know, like insult the body. It's called as Vitampana. Vitampana means you just insult the body, cut the body, kick the body. So Jiva Goswami, being the leader of Goswamis that time, very intelligent man, he didn't want this to happen to Raghunath Das's body. So he burnt his body, Dah Sanskar. He burnt his body, he did cremation by burning, and the ash he put in Samadhi over here. So that whatever, even if they dismantle the Samadhi, what they will get? Nothing they will get. So a very intelligent move Jiva Goswami did. So Raghunath Das Samadhi has the ashes from the burning of his body. Please offer pranams to Raghunath Das Goswami. Because here he wanted to commit suicide one day. Then he was advised by Sanatan Goswami to describe the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life. And he spent all his life describing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's later half of life. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was one of the audience who later was advised to write Chaitanya Charitamrita. So he had taken all the notes of the second half of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life from the lectures of Raghunath Das Goswami. And the first half of life, Krishnadas Goswami took notes from Murari Gupta's Karchas and Swarup Damodar's diary. And lo and behold, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, at the age of 90, he wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita at the very banks of Radha Kund and Sham Kund. So this whole place is called Raghunath Das Goswami Ghat. On the left side of the picture, you will have Janma Baitak, in between temple of Radha Gopinathji, and on right side, when the two men are sitting there, that is where you enter to Raghunath Das Goswami's Samadhi. That is where you enter. Where the man is sitting down, just right to that there is an entrance inside. And now we come out from this area, we actually leave this place, go out on the Parikrama road of Radha Kund, and we come across Lalita Kund. When Radha Kund was formed, when Lalita and Ashtasakis also made their kundas in and around Radha Kund. So Lalita Kund is a very beautiful place. In my whole reading, I never got a solution for the sin of Garbhapat, for killing the womb, killing the baby in the womb, abortion. I never found any solution. In the whole scriptures, there is no solution. But one place I found that by taking bath in Lalita Kund, one even can get freed from the sin of killing a life in the womb. 8 kinds of killings can be, forgiven by taking Achman in this Kund. So please take your Achman and pray that all the offenses, all the unknown and known sins that we have performed, please release us and forgive us. So we come across Lalita Kund and we go ahead now and we come across the temple of Radha Govind. Radha Govind just stayed here for some time on the way to Jaipur. Then we go to the three samadhis. These three devotees, they left on the same tithi on different years. Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. We offer our pranams. Svancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Then we go to Gopal Bhatta Goswami Bhajan Kutir. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami came to Gopal Bhatta and asked for blessings to write Chaitanya Charitamrita. Gopal Bhatta Goswami gave his blessings on one condition, that my name should not be uttered anywhere in the whole writing. That's why we know, although being the integral part of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, Gopal Bhatta's name or stories are not mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. They are found in different books. The reason behind of his condition. This is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Please express your unlimited gratitude to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who at the age of 90, at the banks of Radha Kunda, wrote down the whole Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj ki jai. This is the place where he wrote. This is the place was his Bhajan Kutir also. At the same time, he wrote Chaitanya Charitamrita at this place. Then we go little off track and come to the place where Thakur Bhakti Vinod had his own house at the bank of Radha Kunda. This is called as Vraja Swananda Sukhada Kunja. There is something called as Navadvip Swananda Sukhada Kunja. He has the same name of his house at Godruma Dvipa. And the same name is given to this house where at the bank of Radha Kunda. What is Swananda Sukhada Kunja? This is the name of Lalita Sakhi's Kunja in Golok Vrindavan. So that name is given to his own house. We go inside and have darshan of the sitting places of Thakur Bhakti Vinod and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. This is Baithak. This is the footwear of Thakur Bhakti Siddhanta. This is the bed of Thakur Bhakti Siddhanta. And we now offer our pranams to Thakur Bhakti Siddhanta. Come back to Parikrama Road, and now we come to a place called Sham Kunda. And Sham Kunda, this is called as Pandav Ghat. You can see the steps at far on the opposite side. At that place, Radharani, every day in the morning, 11:48, she comes here with her chosen Sakhis and takes bath here. And you can see that this tree is at the banks of Pandav Ghat. Why? Because 5 Pandavas are worshipping Krishna in the tree form at the banks of Shamkund. Yudhishthira Maharaj came in the dreams of Raghunath Das while he was renovating Ramkund, Shamkund, Radhakund, and told them, please don't cut us. We are staying here in the forms of trees and worshipping and meditating on Krishna. This is a Yudhishthira tree, and all the other 4 trees have disappeared. In the past, we have taken darshan, but now even the dead body of the tree also is gone. This tree also has left the body, but a body is still there, and we can appreciate Yudhishthira Maharaj in the form of a tree. And now we see this is called Tamal Tala. We go across all the way, and this is where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. That time Radhakund Shamkund had disappeared. He, in his meditation, had darshan. He jumped in the puddles, took bath, and revealed Radhakund Shamkund, which was lost. And then instructed Raghunath Das Goswami to renovate Radhakund and Shamkund. This is called Tamal Tala. This is the place where the grill is there inside Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's tree is there, and this is Shamkund's another location. Please take your achman, take your bath, pray intensely without uttering a word, offer intense heartfelt prayers to Shamkund, and then we come across the footprints of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat down and did meditation, and in his trance had the darshan of Radhakund and Shamkund. And this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sitting on the tree. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai. Again Shamkund. And this is the well when Raghunath Das Goswami was renovating. He saw people are washing their clothes and doing all the things. So he wanted to dig a well where people can do household work. While digging the well, suddenly splash of blood came. At that time, the workers came running to Raghunath Das Goswami. So he stopped the work. In the night, Govardhan himself came in his dream and told that your people have hit my tongue. That's why there is a blood splash. Take out that Shila and establish in temple and worship me as the tongue of mine. So this is the tongue of Govardhan, which is called as Jiva, and the Jiva is established over here, a very beautiful place. And then this is, once you come across Jiva Mandir and come out, you will come across the place of Madhavendra Puri's worship. This is a place where Madhavendra Puri spent a lot of time doing worship at the bank of Sham Kund. And this is the place where Nityananda Prabhu came and also worshipped at the banks of Sham Kunda. So this is Nityananda Prabhu's footprints. Please offer your pranam to Nityananda Prabhu also. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now, this is, we have gone now around Radha Kund, around Sham Kund, and we have come across the last darshan of Radha Kund. Please go down and offer your best of prayers, Radha Kund. Now I'll tell the story that Krishna killed Aristasur, who was in the form of bull, and then he came to Gopis, and Gopis said, "We will not talk to you because you have killed a bull, the father of Dharma." Although he was trying to convince them, they were not ready to accept. They said, "You have to go and perform pilgrimage in all holy places, take bath." So Krishna called all the holy places and created Sham Kund. And then he said, "You all are contaminated because you took side of demon and fought with me. So you need to take bath in the holy places now." The Gopis attempted a lot by bringing water from Manasi Ganga in the queue, and around 48 minutes they were struggling and hardly anything was formed. Then Krishna called all the holy places and said, "Go and beg to Radharani. She will be mercifully allowing you." So then finally Radharani allowed them to fill her pond. And Krishna said before that, "If you want to take bath, you can take bath in my pond also." And then Radharani said, "No, we will not take bath in that pond because your pond is contaminated with the sin of killing a bull, which you have taken bath and left in that pond. So I don't want to get contaminated. I will build my own pond." But then finally, all the holy places who appeared there in personal form filled Radha's pond, and this was named as Radha Kund. Krishna declared that this pond will be named as Radha Kund. It will not be a pond. It will be collection of, the water will be liquefied love of Radharani. Radha Kund is not pond, but it is liquid collection of water. Somebody is unmute. Please mute. Everybody should become mute. It is disturbing in the class. Check your own situation and Hare Krishna. Still somebody is unmute. Okay. So, Krishna gave benedictions to all the people that whoever will take bath, he or she will become as much dear as Radharani is to me. Whoever will take bath will develop love in their heart as much as Radharani has for me, and will become very dear to me. Many, many boons, and Radha Kund will become the highest of all holy places. At the end of these boons, Radharani said that I will, even if you kill hundreds of such bulls, I will not hesitate to take bath in Sham Kund. So as that promise, Radharani comes every day in the morning at 11:48 and she takes bath in the Sham Kund every day. So this is a very, 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 very esoteric place. One cannot imagine that we can attain the residence. Rupa Goswami says attaining residence at the banks of Radha Kund for 5 minutes, for 1 hour, for lifetime is the greatest final achievement of the life of a devotee. So we offer our heartfelt obeisances, really offer our heart to Radharani, and we proceed further and we come across Kundeshwar Mahadev, and Kundeshwar Mahadev is the guardian of Radha Kund. We offer our prayers for his protection, and we now leave Radha Kund and proceed towards the next destination, that is 1 kilometer from this place. Do not give up your mauna, do not give up your silence, keep praying for the mercy of Radharani to the inner chamber of the heart of yours, and Radharani's mercy is abundantly available here. There are unlimited pastimes over here of Radha and Sham and the gopis, and we leave this place with heavy heart and we go to next place called Kusum Sarovar. Kusum Sarovar is a very, very picturesque, beautiful place. At this sunset time, we have taken the picture here. You can see how beautiful is the place, Kusum Sarovar. So the story goes like this, that this particular water reservoir is in the forest called Kusum 1. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took bath here. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called this as Suman 1, as Suman means also flower, Pushpa 1 also flower, Kusum also is flower, and Radha and Krishna would come and Radharani and gopis would come and pick up flowers here, pluck flowers over here. That's why it's called Kusum 1. Favorite place of Radha and gopis. And one time Krishna, there are many, many pastimes here where Krishna had come and caught them and chastised them. As a gardener, he came in disguise. Sometimes he came as a gardener and lovingly he talked. Sometimes he came in gardener and harshly he talked. But the essence of the place is Krishna created this pond by thumping his foot on the ground and inviting Jamuna here and created the huge pond. It is said that this pond is so deep that it goes till Patal Loka. That much deep this pond is. And then this pond, here Krishna washed the flowers plucked by Radharani and gopis and then decorated Radharani's hair by combing the hair and putting flowers on them. So eternally, Krishna is sitting here and decorating the hair of Radharani. This is called as Shringar Leela, and Radharani is looking in the mirror, but she is not looking herself. She is looking at Krishna decorating her hair. Also, Krishna's wives came here and chanted the holy name in Sankirtana and made Uddhava come out of the Gulmalata form in human form. So there is also glory of Sankirtan in this place. Uddhav narrated Srimad Bhagavatam for 30 days at this place for the benefit of Krishna's 16,108 wives. And it is said that as soon as they were all crying because of Krishna's separation, Krishna had left this world. So as soon as the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam was narrated by Uddhav, they all were freed from the pain of separation because they felt the association of Krishna through the sound vibration of Srimad Bhagavatam. That means Srimad Bhagavatam is not different from Krishna. That is why as soon as the sound of Srimad Bhagavatam was produced by Uddhav, they felt the personal association of Krishna. So 30 full days, Uddhavji elaborately, leisurely narrated, and gopis, the queens of Krishna were in ecstasy. At the end of Bhagavatam, the queens merged in their own Swarupa and achieved Swarupa Siddhi and went back home, back to Godhead. That means by the mercy of Uddhava, at the banks of Kusum Sarovar, all the wives of Krishna went back to Godhead from here. At this place, Narad Muni achieved the form of Naradiya Gopi and got darshan of Radha, Krishna and Ashtasakis and did Chamar Seva. At this place, Narad Muni achieved the instruction from Radharani to write Bhakti Sutras. So he stayed in the next place called Radha Kunda and wrote down the Bhakti Sutras by getting blessings of Radharani and having darshan of Ashtasakis in the very middle of this Kusum Sarovar. At this place, Ashtavakra Muni performed his tapasya, and when Krishna appeared in Dwapar Yuga, at that time he got darshan, and by having darshan of Krishna, Ashtavakra Muni went back to Godhead from this place. There is a samadhi of Ashtavakra Muni where Lord Shiva temple is there. Baladevji's temple also is there in the banks of Kusum Sarovar, and Baladevji does not enter further in Radha Kunda area, respecting Krishna and Radharani and their intimate pastimes. He sits here only, and from here, from distance, he keeps watching the beautiful loving pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So there are so many beautiful pastimes over here. Vrinda Devi, Madhavi Gopi, everybody helped Narad Muni here to become Gopi. So we now see the darshan just next to the Kusum Sarovar. There is a temple of Radha Ban Bihari. The deities were there, but they were stolen. So now the black Shila is Krishna. The Shila below is Radharani, and there is a right hand of Krishna is holding the comb, And left hand Krishna is holding her hair and decorating her. Radharani with both the hands holding the mirror and watching Krishna decorating her hair. Very beautiful darshan. Radha Ban Bihari. Uddhava sitting place where Uddhava narrated. Uddhava sitting place. So this is Uddhava deity. Blue as much as Krishna. We offer our praise to Uddhava as before. And now we go to the place where Narad Muni performed his bhajan. Narad Muni bhajaye bina Radhika Ramana name. He wrote Narada Bhakti Sutras over here. Please have darshan of Narad Muni, where he stayed, played veena, worshipped Lord Krishna and Radha, and wrote his Bhakti Sutras and fulfilled the desire and order of Radharani. Narad Muni ki jai. Narad Muni is also one of the very important acharya in our sampradaya. From there we go ahead and we walk towards a famous place called Gwalpokra, just about half kilometer from this place. This is the number one favorite place of Krishna for his friendly pastimes, for his Sakhya Leela. All that eating of tiffins and snatching tiffins and throwing them and hanging them on the wall, on the tree, and teasing everybody, having fun, teasing Madhumangala, all those funny pastimes of friendly pastimes take place here. And Krishna loves this place as his favorite place to make his cows drink water, to take bath, to have water pastimes, to have fun and frolic. So let us offer our humble obeisances to this most loving favorite place of Krishna, of his friendly pastimes. Gwalpokra Dham ki jai. Then we see peacock on the way, we see parrots on the way, and we come across further place called Ratna Kunda, and we go to Sham Kuti. This is a way to Sham Kuti, Ratna Kunda, and we see Krishna's footprints. As I told you earlier, in Garga Samhita it is mentioned that one who sees handprints, footprints of Krishna, Radharani will never take birth again in the material world. Please offer your pranams to the footprint of Radharani and Krishna. Then we go ahead, another big footprint of Krishna. Please offer your pranams. Then we go to another beautiful Shila. Govardhan is rising over here. And we come to Rasa Mandala, where Krishna in Sham 1, Sham Kuti, performed Raslila over here. This is Rasa Mandala. And this is Ratna Kunda. This is where Radha and Krishna would privately meet. This is a very esoteric place. Very, very serene place, very quiet place. Govardhan is just underground here, slowly rising from the ground level. And this is a place where Radharani was worshipped by the gopis on a jeweled throne, Ratna Singhasan. This is the place where the Ratna Singhasan was there, and later on Vyomasur stole this Ratna Singhasan. So it's not there, but this is the place where she was worshipped. Let us offer our prayers to Ratna Kunda, to Ratna Singhasana, to Rasa Mandala. All these places we offer our pranam, take achman, take bath, and move further to the next place, that is our end of the Parikrama, which is Manasi Ganga. We have come back to the same place after going all around. So as you must have realized that Govardhan Parikrama should be done over 3 days. So we can relish all the stories in detail. This is just a brush up, just a quick narration. But each and every place has got tons of leelas, and that will take hours and hours together. We hope and pray that Lord will allow us to do Govardhan Parikrama in detail sometimes over 3 days. At this moment of time, we again take bath in Manasi Ganga, and we bow down, take Achman also. We offer our prayers and offer our thanks to Govardhan Maharaj for allowing us to complete our Parikrama in good consciousness. With all his blessings of Nityananda Prabhu, we express our gratitude to Radharani, Nityananda Prabhu, to Balaramji, having allowed us to complete the Parikrama successfully. Let us in gratitude bow down to Mukharavinda and to Haridev also. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Raj Govardhan Maharaj Ki Jai. So now I will show you a film. The film that is regarding our I'll show you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
whose lives are in darkness. India is now home to the world's largest number of blind people. Of the 37 million people across globe who are of all the senses, sight must be the most delightful. These words by Helen Keller are nothing but the truth for millions of people out there whose lives are in darkness. India is now home to the world's largest number of blind people. Of the 37 million people across globe who are blind, over 15 million are from India. What's worse, 75% of these are cases of avoidable blindness. For these people, life is nothing but a life of dependence, a life devoid of dignity. A gentle helping hand can lead them from darkness to light. ...150 kilometers away from the capital of India, Delhi, located in western Uttar Pradesh, lies a small town of Barsana. Though rich in spiritual heritage, it has hardly any medical facility or infrastructure to speak of. The incidence of blindness is one of the highest in this region.
In India, one of the primary reasons for blindness is untreated cataracts, because in the villages, in the very small towns, people can't afford nor do they have the access to the treatment for cataracts, so they go blind.
In 1991, a group of doctors from Bhaktivedanta Hospital, Mumbai, while on a pilgrimage to this holy place, was moved by the plight of a large number of villagers who suffered on account of blindness due to cataract. Fueled by encouragement of the local residents, they decided to hold an eye camp in Barsana. They returned the following winter to organize what came to be known as the Barsana Eye Camp. People from Barsana and nearby villages flocked to the camp. They could not believe that someone had thought about them.
At that time, we didn't have any facility in Barsana. The community health center, the government community health center was a defunct building, practically not used. So we had to recreate an ophthalmic OT in a dharamshala.
Right from the conceptual stage, extreme care was taken to meticulously plan the pre-operative, operative and post-operative care with highest standards.
Quality of services that we are providing in the Barsana eye services is highest, so that people are having so much faith, they are waiting for this activity for 1 year.
Operated with best quality lenses, they were given sunglasses, 40 days medicines and in addition a loving gift of blanket and footwear.
उपचार इतना सुंदर हुआ, ऐसी सेवा शायद ब्रजवासियों ने कभी देखी नहीं होगी. उनको नेत्र लाभ तो मिला जो मिला, उसके अतिरिक्त जो आत्मीयता मिली इस संस्था से, वो आत्मीयता भुलाई नहीं भुलाती.
The joy of seeing restored visions, smiling faces and abundant blessings set the wheel in motion. The Barsana Eye Camp became an annual affair, drawing patients from far and wide.
जितने भी ऑपरेशन हुए, कोई ऑपरेशन फेल नहीं हुआ. सब लोग बहुत अप्रिशिएट करते थे.
6 साल से नहीं दिखे वो साहब, और अब वो दिख रहा है. अब बड़ी खुशी है, और गांव में भी जाके अपने में यूं ही कहूँगा कि भाई 6 साल से ना दिख रहा, वो दिखने लगे खूब.
हमारे बच्चे भी हमारी घर पे कभी सेवा नहीं कर सकते जो हमें सेवा यहाँ प्राप्त हुई है, और हमारी आँख भी बड़ी सुंदर देखने में लगती हैं, दिखने लग गया है. और मेरा नाम कांता प्रसाद है, राधा कुंड वास ब्राह्मण हूँ.
Impressed with the selfless dedication of the Barsana Eye Camp doctors, a local resident offered to build a small facility for them to continue their service. What started in 1992 as a very personal service was now to take shape as a regular monthly camp. With the growing number of patients, the monthly camp became a daily service. One of the most challenging tasks for the team has been of treating young blinds and cases with complexities that need a tertiary care facility.
We came across many young children blind by birth. Ram Kishore was one of them. He and his sister Shamlata. He was 6, he was 13, and both of them were born with bilateral congenital cataract.
The facility at Barsana was not equipped to deal with cases such as these. They were taken to Bhaktivedanta Hospital, Mumbai. The hospital took complete care of their travel, stay and treatment. The operations were a great success. The children not only regained their eyesight, but also their childhood. Today, Shyamlata is happily married with 2 kids, and Ram Kishore got trained at Bhaktivedanta Hospital, Mumbai, and today is a qualified optometrist. Despite their best efforts, the doctors at Barsana Eye Camp experience a wide gap in the number of patients needing treatment and number of patients being treated. The existing facility is bursting at the seams. The team is severely restricted by the sheer lack of space.
More than 25,000 people need eye care support in this area. This includes the backlog. Every year, more than 5,000 people are going blind in this area, and which is avoidable blindness.
The next ambitious step in the journey of Barsana Eye Camp is the new state-of-the-art hospital complex called the Bhaktivedanta Eye Hospital, Barsana. Spread over an area of 5 acres and surrounded by the 4 holiest hills and temples, the proposed 250-bed state-of-the-art hospital will expand its arms to cover eye care and dental care. With 4 operation theatres and modern equipment, it will have a capability of operating over 17,000 patients annually. It will also host an optometry school in its multi-storied complex.
मान मंदिर के सहयोग से आई कैंप चला था और जब से इन्होंने सैकड़ों गरीबों का कल्याण किया, हर व्यक्ति इनसे संतुष्ट है। अब ये जो हम लोगों की प्रार्थना पर अस्पताल खोल रहे हैं, इससे अवश्य जनता को लाभ होगा और यहाँ का कल्याण होगा।
Situated in the middle of Chiksoli village in Barsana township in Mathura district of UP, this unique hospital complex will bring the highest possible eye care service at the doorstep of the villagers.
We are ready to launch this new project. We are very confident, and we want to make it a center of excellence for quality eye care. And not only a center of excellence, it will also be a center for learning. It will be a center for international learning of how an ideal eye care should take place.
This is a dream project, and we are appealing to the generous hearts of people who are kind-hearted to come forward and support, to give colorful life to people whose life is in darkness.
The Barsana Eye Camp, organized by the Bhaktivedanta Hospital, is a wonderful project, very dear to my heart. And when I see the quality of service and the kind of care and attention that they give to the patients there, it really is something amazing.
The hospital has a vision to see that the entire district is free of cataract. And in this initiative, I would like to support the hospital.
ये जो अस्पताल का कैंप है, ये कोई कैंप मत मानिए, इसको अश्व यज्ञ मानिए और इसमें सब अपना दिल खोल के इसमें सहयोग कीजिए। तो समझो आप जहाँ बैठे हैं, चाहे भारत में या विश्व में, वहीं से आपकी आहुति इसमें हो जाएगी और अस्पताल जब बन जाएगा तो कहीं ना कहीं किसी भी रूप से आपको भी ब्रजवासियों का आशीर्वाद मिलेगा।
I urge all of you to kindly come forward and very generously support this cause of trying and helping in restoring the vision and the eyesight of millions to come in the years and in the future.
I appeal to all of you, please engage in any way with your tan, man, dhan and serve this land of Srimati Radharani for her causeless, unlimited blessings.
Let's come together to lend a hand. Let's come together to restore visions. Let's come together to spread joy. Let's come together to help someone from darkness to light.
Hare Krishna. Is Rup Manjari there? Can you see her anywhere? Okay. Ajay Dadar Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, Prabhu, very much.
Do you see Rupa Manjari anywhere? I don't think she is there. I think. Anyway, so
No, I don't see Rupa Manjari Mataji.
Time, huh?
I don't see Mataji.
Okay, that's okay. But due to short of time, I had to rush.
Yes.
Yes. Radha Kunda, Sham Kunda are very big places.
Yes. Prabhuji, we would love to...
yeah.
No, I said we would love to have you again for